Hiccups. You know, those annoying little spasms that make you sound like a squeaky toy? Hiccups happen when your diaphragm, the muscle below your lungs, suddenly contracts. This causes your vocal cords to snap shut, creating that classic hic sound. But why does it happen? Well, it could be from eating too fast, drinking carbonated beverages, or even stress. And here's a fun fact. Scientists think hiccups might be a leftover reflex from our ancient ancestors to help clear water from their lungs. So, next time you hiccup, just blame evolution. Stomach growling, or as scientists call it, borborygmi. Yes, that's a real word. Your stomach growls when it's empty, and the walls of your digestive system squeeze together to move any leftover gas or fluids. But here's the kicker. Your stomach can also growl when it's full, because digestion is a noisy process. So, whether you're hungry or not, your stomach is basically a tiny drum solo waiting to happen. Muscle twitches. Ever felt a random muscle twitch, like your eyelid or leg just decided to party on its own? These twitches are called fasciculations, and they're usually harmless. They happen when your nerves get a little overexcited and send random signals to your muscles. Common causes include stress, lack of sleep, or too much caffeine. So, if your eyelid is doing the cha-cha, maybe it's time to lay off the coffee and get some rest. Goosebumps. Those tiny bumps that make your skin look like a plucked chicken. Goosebumps are a reflex, triggered by cold temperatures or strong emotions like fear or excitement. They happen when tiny muscles at the base of your hair follicles contract, making your hair stand up. But here's the weird part. This reflex is pretty useless for humans, because we don't have enough body hair to keep us warm. It's another leftover from our furry ancestors, who used it to trap heat or look bigger when threatened. So, thanks, evolution, for the chills, but no thrills. Yawning. The ultimate sign of boredom. Or is it? Scientists still debate why we yawn. But one popular theory is that it helps cool down your brain and increase oxygen levels. And yes, yawning is contagious, because your brain is wired to mimic others as a way to show empathy. So, if you're yawning right now, don't worry. It just means you're a caring person. Or maybe this video is just that boring. Eye floaters. Ever noticed those tiny specks or squiggly lines floating in your vision? Those are called eye floaters, and they're actually tiny clumps of gel or cells inside your eyeball. As you age, the gel-like substance in your eye, called the vitreous humor, starts to break down, creating these floaters. They're usually harmless, but if you suddenly see a ton of them, it's worth checking with an eye doctor. Until then, just think of them as your personal, underwater aquarium show. Sneezing. That explosive reaction your body has to irritants in your nose. When something tickles your nasal passages, your brain sends a signal to forcefully expel it, at speeds of up to 100 miles per hour. And yes, sneezing with your eyes open is technically possible, but your body reflexively closes them to protect your eyes from the pressure. So, next time you sneeze, just remember, your body is basically a high-powered air cannon. Déjà vu. That eerie feeling that you've lived this moment before. Scientists believe it happens when your brain processes a current experience, but mistakenly files it as a memory. It's like a glitch in your brain's filing system, and while it can feel spooky, it's completely normal. So, if you ever feel like you've already heard this explanation, don't worry. It's just your brain being weirdly efficient. Shivering. That uncontrollable shaking when you're cold. Shivering is your body's way of generating heat by rapidly contracting and relaxing your muscles. It's like your body's built-in heater, but without the cozy feeling. And fun fact, shivering can burn calories, so maybe standing in the cold isn't such a bad idea after all. Brain freezes. That sudden headache you get when you eat ice cream too fast. Brain freezes happen when something cold touches the roof of your mouth, causing the blood vessels there to constrict and then rapidly dilate. This sends a pain signal to your brain, and voila, instant headache. The best way to stop it: press your tongue to the roof of your mouth or drink something warm. Blushing. When you're embarrassed, your body releases adrenaline, which causes your blood vessels to widen, increasing blood flow to your face. This makes your cheeks turn red, and unfortunately, there's no way to stop it. Blushing is your body's way of saying, "Hey, I'm human too." Ear rumbling. That low rumbling sound you can sometimes hear in your ears. That's caused by the tensor tympani muscle, a tiny muscle in your ear that contracts when you yawn, or sometimes just randomly. Some people can even control this muscle and create the rumbling sound on command. It's like having a secret superpower. Phantom vibrations. That feeling that your phone is vibrating in your pocket, even when it's not. This happens because your brain is so used to anticipating notifications that it sometimes misinterprets other sensations, like the fabric of your clothes, as a vibration. It's a modern-day quirk, thanks to our obsession with technology. Sleep paralysis. That terrifying feeling of being awake but unable to move. Sleep paralysis happens when your brain wakes up, but your body is still in sleep mode. It's often accompanied by hallucinations, like seeing shadows or feeling a presence in the room. While it can be scary, it's completely harmless and usually happens when you're sleep-deprived or stressed. Cracking joints. That satisfying pop when you stretch your fingers or twist your neck. The sound comes from gas bubbles in your synovial fluid, the lubricant in your joints. When you stretch, the pressure changes and the bubbles burst, creating that iconic crack. And no, it doesn't cause arthritis, so crack away. Why we cry. Tears aren't just for sadness. They're also a way for your body to flush out irritants or even signal distress. Emotional tears contain stress hormones, which might explain why crying can feel so relieving. So, next time you shed a tear, remember, it's just your body's way of saying, I need a moment. Butterflies in your stomach. That fluttery feeling you get when you're nervous or excited? It's actually your body's fight or flight response in action. When you're stressed, your brain sends signals to your gut, causing your stomach muscles to contract. This can also slow down digestion, which is why you might lose your appetite before a big event. Photic sneeze reflex. Why do some people sneeze in bright light? It's called the photic sneeze reflex, and it happens when bright light triggers your optic nerve, which is located close to your trigeminal nerve, the nerve responsible for sneezing. So, if you step into sunlight and suddenly sneeze, you're not alone. About 1 in 4 people have this reflex. Food coma. Why do we feel sleepy after eating? It's called postprandial somnolence, or more commonly, a food coma. After a big meal, your body redirects blood flow to your digestive system, which can make you feel tired. Plus, foods high in carbs or sugar can spike your blood sugar, followed by a crash, making you even sleepier. Why do we get brain fog? Ever feel like your brain just stops working? Brain fog happens when your brain is overworked or when you're sleep-deprived, stressed, or dehydrated. It's your brain's way of saying, hey, I need a break. So, if you're feeling foggy, maybe it's time to drink some water or take a nap. Why do we get hangry? That mix of hunger and anger is actually your body's way of saying, feed me now. When you're hungry, your blood sugar drops, which can make you irritable and even aggressive. So, next time you're hangry, grab a snack before you snap at someone. If you enjoyed learning about these strange body quirks, let me know in the comments which one surprised you the most. And if you have any other weird body questions, drop them below, and I might cover them in a future video. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends so they can learn about their weird bodies too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.